Hello, this is the TradeSite U.S. Stocks and Futures Market Preview for the week beginning Monday, the 24th of April, ending Friday, the 28th of April, 2017. Hope you had a good trading week. Start out looking at the ES. Once again, the front month futures contract, daily chart of the broad market, the S&P 500. That's where we really look at what's going on in the market, and really not much. We're sitting exactly where we were over 2 months ago. It's been fairly narrow range the whole time. And like I keep saying, if you take out kind of 5 days in a row back in early February, then we've really been flat since the beginning of December. So it's pretty weak. Ranges have been not great. Volume slipped again this week, although we did have a bank holiday one day globally. Let's go through the major indices, and then we'll take a look at the intra-week action and go from there. So crude oil slips back under 50, closed Friday at 49.62, down a buck, and down from the 54 highs it was at recently. Gold up 30 cents. That's a blip. So the S&P cash on Friday lost 7 points. It was up on Thursday. Thursday we got the options unravel move. NASDAQ 100 down a point on Friday. Remember, we had options expiration on Friday, so nothing really happened. SOX down 4. That's kind of a blip. Biotech's down 28. That's also kind of a blip. Ever since the 13 sell signal there, we're down. Let's go back to that NASDAQ 100 just for a minute. Still down and holding under that 13 sell signal on the NASDAQ 100. So we're still in that mode. The VIX gained 48 cents to 1463 on Friday. Trin gets another high reading at 1.73. It puts the 10-day at 1.37. NASDAQ volume 1.5 billion. The week was light overall volume-wise. Advanced decline ratio on Friday, negative 460 on the NASDAQ. That means 460 more stocks down than up. On the New York, down 235. Google loses a point. That's a blip on Google. Apple loses 17 cents. That's a blip on Apple. Everything was locked in for options expiration. Amazon down $3.53. Netflix gains a buck, 69, still operating under that 13 sell signal. Tesla up 3. TLT dead flat. That's the 20-year bond ETF, but it's up at highs since the day after the election now. Goldman Sachs down a buck 20 again. And let's take a quick look. Does that give us? We don't yet have a 13 buy signal on the Goldman Sachs, but we're close. One more candle down should do it. So we'll keep an eye on that and see what that leads to. All right, let's take a look at the intra-week action. And then we will go through what's coming out this week. So this is the ES again, and we'll go to 10-minute candle so you can see the whole week here. And remember, Monday was a global, except for the U.S. Everybody's on bank holiday from the day after Easter. So we kind of gapped up a little and just dead flat drift until very late in the day. We are in core earnings season. This coming week will be the biggest number of earnings in the whole period. So be aware of that. Tuesday, a little gap down. We never quite filled it, although we tried early. Kind of wiggled both ways, closed about where we opened. Wednesday, a gap up. That filled the gap from the day before, and then we rolled to the downside and filled the gap, and this put us back to basically we were right where we had opened the week. Thursday, a gap and go day. This is the options unravel. Gapped up, went, got the 13 sell signal here on the 10-minute at the high of the week. Friday, a flat opening. We drifted back, and again, it's options expiration, so you don't usually expect much. Stayed inside of Thursday's range for that move. All right, let's talk real briefly about economic data coming out this week. Monday, there's really nothing. Tuesday, we've got the FHFA Housing Market Index. Also, the S&P Housing Price Index as well. New home sales at 30 minutes into the market, along with consumer confidence. We got the Richmond Fed Manufacturing Index at 10 a.m. And then Wednesday, we've got MBA mortgage applications at 7 a.m. Eastern. Got the weekly oil inventory number at 10:30. Thursday, durable goods and jobless claims. That's the weekly number, and the international trading goods number, all an hour before the bell. We've got pending home sales at 30 minutes in. We've got natty gas an hour in. And then on Friday, we've got this is the big one. We got the first look at gross domestic product for the first quarter. An hour before the bell. That's a big one. Should cause a gap. And then the employment cost index comes with that. Chicago PMI at 9:45 and consumer sentiment, Michigan number, at 10 a.m. Eastern. That's the week. So the big one's the GDP. And then the other thing, obviously, to focus on is that we've got all these earnings coming out. This is earnings week. And so we're going to have a lot of earnings, especially on Wednesday and Thursday. That'll wrap up earnings season. We can get back to it. So expect gaps from the earnings. And we'll go from there. Charts, as usual, brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple of weeks. Have a great trading week.